Hi everybody, Chicken Time Gal, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be embarking on a very complicated project. I found this project on this lady's website. I'll put her name down here, and I'll put a link in the description to her video. I've changed up a few things on her project. She had some materials that I found it was hard to find. She's from another country. I'm not sure where, but maybe those items are very easily to find in her area. I don't know. But I was having difficulty finding some of it, so I changed some of the stuff up. Also, hers is a wall hanging and it's very large. I have made the wall hanging to her specifications, and I gave it to my mom for her birthday last year. And instead of making it peacock colors, I made it pink because her bedroom is in pink. And I'll put a picture of, or a small video of what I took, a picture of the one that I did earlier in pink, and I'll put it here. And that one I did for my mom for her birthday last year. We're going to do the peacock color ones today. But I'm going to scale it down much smaller. That way we can fit it all in the camera angle, hopefully. And also, for a shortage of time. It took me several hours to complete, the one I did for my mom, the pink one. But we're going to break it all down, and I've done a lot of steps ahead of time to save time. So you can just pause the video when you need to complete certain steps. That way you can go ahead and do it on your own time. But this is a very lengthy video. This is a very in-depth video, and it's got a lot of moving parts to it. So, but you're gonna need a lot of stuff to get this done. We'll just go and do it as we go. And I'm not gonna have a rundown of a list of everything you're gonna need. We'll just do it as we do. And like I said, I'll link her the video down below, and you can go check out hers if you want to do it on a grander scale and use the items that she actually used for hers. So we'll go ahead and do that. But we'll go ahead and we'll put you down on the desktop and we'll get started on this massive project. It really is beautiful. It's a gorgeous piece, and it's beautiful. It's breathtaking. So if you want to put the work and effort into it, it really is a masterpiece. So we'll get started. Okay. First thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to make yourself a template. You're going to need a bird template of the body of the bird. It needs to be something like this. I do not have templates for you. Just sketch out the best you can. You're going to need a bird template like this. And size-wise, we're looking at about 7 inches tall. And if you include the beak, it's about 6 inches wide. You're going to need to do this out of some thick cardboard. You're going to need the breast of the bird. And this is a 9.5 inches tall by about 8 inches wide. And then you're going to need to cut a slit up the middle of it because the bird is going to fit in the slit like this, so that it stands up like this. You're going to need to cut out a teardrop shape for your feathers. Your feathers are going to look like this. You're going to need a teardrop shape, and this size is about 3 inches by 1.5 inches. So you're going to need those templates. So go ahead and get those cut out. Don't mind about this. I was just going to make it smaller, but I decided to make it a little bit bigger. Just don't worry about that. That just was for my liking. And I guess the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make your leaves. This is what they're going to look like. And you're going to want to make several of these. I do not know off the top of my head how many you're going to need, but let's guess maybe 20 or 30 of them. I got 10 here, so maybe 20. She's going to take you some foam. This is just some foam, doesn't matter what color. And you're going to start drawing, getting your template here, and just start drawing you. Then I'm using Color Shift Emerald Flash by Folk Art and Metallic Blue Sapphire by Folk Art. And you're going to want to paint these. You're going to want to paint the bottom part where the teardrop part is green and the top part here blue. And you're going to want to make it like rounded for the blue part. So you're going to set those aside to dry. And if they need it, put a second coat on. Okay, once your petals have all dried completely, I put 2 coats on. You're going to get some gems, some gold gems. If you can't find gold gems, I got the silver ones from Walmart, and I sprayed it with spray adhesive, and then I coated them in gold glitter and let it dry. And you're going to take these gold gems and you're going to stick it 3/4 the way on the green and 1/4 the way on the blue. And you're going to stick it down. These are self-adhesive gems, like so. And you're going to do that with all of them. And then you're going to take a iron. I have this little tulip iron. It's for iron on transfers and stuff and things. And you're going to take your iron and you're going to take this portion here, the blue portion, and you're going to heat this up. Don't heat up your sticker because your sticker will just fall off. You can hold it by the sticker if you wish. And you're going to heat up the blue part. And when it gets heated up, you're going to kind of mold it with your fingers and let it cool a little bit so that it'll take shape. That way it looks a little ruffled, so it looks more realistic to a feather. So you're going to do that. You're going to take the blue part and you're going to stick it on your iron, and you're going to warm it up till it's really warm to the touch, which won't take long. And then you're going to stick it down, and you're going to press down with your fingers and up with the top of the petal. And you're going to hold it there for a few seconds till it cools a little bit. And then you're going to release, and it'll look like this. It'll look all crimpled. It looks more like a realistic feather. And you're going to do that with all your pieces. I'll do it again. Press down on your iron till it warms up. And you press down with your fingers and press up with the petal on the top. Press down and hold it that way for a few seconds till it cools a little bit. And there you have a crippled looking petal, like a little feather. And you're going to do that with all your pieces. Once you do that, you're going to take some bamboo skewers, and I took 11 of them, and you're going to paint them almost all the way down except for the very tippy tip. You're going to paint them all the way to the top in gold. And I did that in Folk Art, Multi-Surface, Metallic, and Taupe. You can use it in gold of any color you're choosing a gold. If you want to do it in green or blue, that's fine too, but I chose gold. And you're going to paint them and stick them in a piece of chloroform or something and set them aside to dry. And once you get that done, then we're going to move on to putting the bird part together. So you're going to need your hot glue gun, and you're going to need your bird pieces. You're going to fit your bird into the slot. Fit it down so that it's flat and even on the back side here so that it's even. And when your hot glue gun heats up, you're going to run a bead of glue down this side here, and this side here, and on the back side as well. All right, I'll bead the hot glue down there. And we're going to have it be glued down this side and down this side. And we allow that to dry or cool. Then you're going to take some tin foil, and we're going to crinkle it up kind of loosely. And you're going to fit it on the sides of your bird's body. And you're going to glue it down. to give your bird some body because you don't want to use all that clay to make up the body of the bird. So you want to use the tin foil to use that to make up the body of the bird. Try and make the body as even as possible all the way around. Squish it where it needs to be, add more where it needs to be. So you have a pretty even bird. There we go. Maybe do a little piece on top of his head there. I'm going to move on to the putty part. I will link below the recipe to make the homemade putty to put onto the bird. And we'll move on to that part now. Go ahead and then you go make the putty and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to do the part on the bird. Okay, once you have your dough all mixed, you're going to take it. You're going to take a portion of it. You want it to be slightly sticky, but not sticky to the point that it's sticking to your fingers. And you're going to take little pieces of it, roll it into a ball, and you're going to stick it to your board, and you're going to stick your thumb in it and make a print. You're going to take small portions of the same size, and you're going to stick it. Okay. Now you're going to take the rest of your dough. You're going to cut it in half, roughly in half. want to do is lay this over your body of your bird. Smooth out any creases. Okay, after you get all that done and on there and it's all done, you're going to let this dry completely, absolutely completely. If your little pods keep coming off, you can glue them down with, I suggest, E6000 or epoxy. Glue them down. Do not use hot glue. Use E6000 or epoxy and let it dry completely. If you get cracks in your thing because it was too thin, you can use some putty or something to fill in those cracks and just wait for it to completely dry. And then we're going to go on to the painting part. Okay, so what you're going to do is, I'm just going to give you a lowdown as to what we're going to do, and then I'm going to put it in fast forward mode in time lapse, and I'm going to go ahead and paint and let you see how we're doing this. Okay, what we're going to do is, turn this around here so you can see. We're going to take this area in here, this area in here, this row here, and this row in here, and we're going to paint those gold. Then the outer layer here, and up in here, and this outer rim here, we're going to paint green, and we're going to paint the rim, the outer rim here, you can't see, the outer rim here, we're going to paint it light green around the edge, and the rest of it green. You can use color shift paint, color shift paint by folk art, emerald flash. You can use that. You can use regular paint. You can use metallic paint, whatever you wish. You're going to paint the bird itself in metallic blue by folk art, sapphire blue. The gold areas we're going to paint in metallic pure gold by folk art. You're going to paint the eyes black. We're going to do that with indoor outdoor gloss black by apple barrel acrylic paint. The light green areas we're going to use spring green by apple barrel acrylic paint. Around the eyes we're going to do a feathering look, and that's going to be with white apple barrel matte acrylic paint. Then we're going to do some light feathering looking to the outside of the body to give it a little bit of a like some feather looking. We're going to brush on some silver, metallic sterling silver by folk art, and we're going to do all that up. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. The beak is going to be white, and we're going to go ahead and do that all up. And I'm going to let you see me do that, and we're going to go ahead and put this in fast forward. So here we go. Okay, I'm going to let that dry completely before I move on to details of the face. So we're going to let that dry completely, and I'll be back when it's done. Okay, it's pretty well dry. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the detailing of the face. You need to do eyes that are almond shaped, and you need to make sure you get these pretty good. So they need to be even on the face. Let's do the one on the side of the face first. I'm going to do it in black. I'm going to get a very fine tip paintbrush. I'm going to do almond shaped eye. So I'm going to try to replicate it on the other side as best we can. Yeah, that's pretty good. We're going to take the white. We're going to do like an arch over the eye and have it like leaving stretch marks. Oh, that looks so much better than the other one did. I'm going to attempt to wipe this off and try again. Looks a little better. Need to touch up that eye though on both sides. Mucked it up. Touch up where I messed up the body a little bit. And we got to paint the beak. Beak's going to be white. Now we're going to take a little cosmetic sponge here, line it up in our hand, dab it in the silver paint. Kind of dab it off a little bit. There's just very little on it. And just dab it on the body, here and there and everywhere. Give it some dimension. Not too much, just a little bit. Just on the lower part of the body. There we go. Now we're going to clean up all the paint. We'll be back to do the little feathers that are on top of his head. So we need to do that next. Okay, you're going to take some grosgrain ribbon, white ribbon. This is 5/8 inch ribbon. You can use 1 inch if you want. I don't think 1/2 inch will suit you good. Probably you need to go with the 5/8 or the 1 inch. And you're going to take some stiff wire, probably 18 gauge, maybe 20 gauge would work, but I have this galvanized steel wire, 55 pound, 25 feet. I got it from the hardware store. That's what I'm using. It's real stiff and real thick. And you're going to cut 3-inch lengths, and you're going to do, you can do 3 or 4. I'm going to do 3. These are going to be the little feathery tops to his head. And we're going to be making these. And you're going to take the grosgrain ribbon and you're going to cut off an 8-inch section, and you're going to cut down one side. You're going to cut the edge off, just the edge. Just cut the edge off of the ribbon, because we're going to be fraying this. Cut the edge off of one side of the ribbon, like so. And with a pokey tool, a needle, something pointy, you're going to start to fray away on one edge. And then when you get it frayed away, you're going to pull the strands out. And they'll pull out real easy. And just pull them away. And you keep working at it. Little by little, you work at it. And you have to do a little bit. You can't do the whole batch at one time. It's not going to work out. It won't come all out at one time. You got to go little by little. You want to get it down to maybe 1/8 to 1/16 of an inch is left, still intact.
going to want to start with your frayed edge on the up side, so facing up. Start with your frayed edge facing up, and you want to twist it down and just twist it down. Twist it onto the wire. Push up a little bit as you twist. And at the bottom, put a little spot of glue and wrap it on. And push down like this on your little things to make them stick up. And there you have your little spike thing for his head. So I have 3 of them. You can do 3 or 4. Then you're going to take your metallic blue paint. What you're going to do is you're going to take your paint and you're going to paint the tips. Paint the tip blue, just the little tips of the blue. Paint it blue. Put that in your little foam with your little skewers that you painted gold. Set that aside to dry. And it'll go on top of his noggin. I said noggin. Next, we'll move on to putting the tassels on his head and moving on to the sticks with the feathers. Okay, turning our attention back to our peacock here. What we're going to do is, in all these little indentations that we made with our thumb, we're going to take these blue rhinestones, these dark blue rhinestones, and we're going to affix a rhinestone in each indentation we made. And we're going to put a blue one, even in the gold, we're going to put a blue one. So we're going to take our hot glue, and we're going to put a drop of hot glue in a couple of them. And we're going to go back with our rhinestone and our pick-me-up tool. And we're going to drop a rhinestone in each one. And we're going to do that through the whole bird. Looking very beautiful. Okay, we're going to take alcohol inks in green and rich gold, and we're going to go in between where the cardboard shows. And we're going to put drops of alcohol right in between so that it colors the cardboard in between our little petals, our little feathers here, so that the cardboard gets colored, but it won't stick to the little clay feathers that we have here. So drop it in between, only on the cardboard. So you're going to do gold in between the gold and green in between the green. And you don't see the cardboard in there anymore. Now what we need to do is we need to find the top of his head, and we need to take a pokey tool, and we need to whittle 3 little holes in the top of his head for his little little things we made for his what you call it. With your pokey tool. Whittle your 3 little holes. Be very delicate with this. You can use one of those little hand drills if you have one. If you want to, you can hot glue them into place. And you'll wedge them down into the holes you've created. That's what we have so far. Now to do this next part, we're going to have to take you down here. You're going to have to put the bird between your legs and have the flat part sitting up like this. You're going to take the sticks that you did with the gold coloring, and you're going to take some hot glue, and you're going to start down here, and you're going to affix them to the back of the board, and you're going to start down here. You're going to put some hot glue and put it in, and then you're going to twist the stick back and forth so that it gets covered with hot glue. Put another bead of hot glue over the top. Stick it down. Whoop! Hello. Sorry about that. Put one on one side, replicate it on the other. Rotate the stick so it gets hot glue all over it. Try to keep them evenly spaced. and everything else. Going to go next to it. Another stick. Twist the stick. Do not be stingy with your hot glue here, people. You want these sticks to stay. Twist the stick. Your last stick at the top. You should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You should have 11 sticks. I'll be stuck down real good. Move it over, and this is what you should have. Okay. Then you're going to take your little feathers we made earlier, and you're going to start sticking them on the sticks. First, you're going to put one on the ends, and you're going to put the end of the stick right about in the middle where your gem is. So you're going to put a glob of glue on the end of the stick and stick the feather so the pointed end is facing the bird. So the rounded edge is facing out. I don't know how much this you're actually seeing, because this is a very large project and I have limited space here. once you have them on the ends, you should have enough left over to do one more halfway down. You need 11. Let's see. So we're going to go halfway, put another glob of glue, and put another one facing the same way, pointy side toward the bird, rounded side toward the outside. Before moving this, I'm going to let this cool really good, and then I will be up to show you the finished product. Now on the back, I'm going to take this really thick cord, really thick, and I'm going to put a hanger in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue this on here really well. I mean, I'm going to put an extensive amount of hot glue on here, a massive amount, because this is very heavy. So I'm just going to put a flood of hot glue. I'm going to put a stick or two of hot glue on here. That should do it, right? Theoretically. It looks a mess, but nobody's going to see it. And it should hang because this is heavy. Now, the tutorial that I'm going to link below is the lady that I learned this technique from. And she showed me how to do this. And she did little bitty thumbprints around the base of the bird as well. I did not do that because I did that on another one that I did, and it got too heavy. It wouldn't hang on the wall. It was just too heavy for it, so I decided not to do that. But you can do that if you want, and she shows you how to do that on her tutorial, how to do the little indentations with around the base of the bird. But I decided not to. But you can do that. Here it is. See if I can get this in the frame there. There's the bird. I think it's gorgeous. This is one of my favorite things I've ever done on the channel, along with my little crystals that we grew on the bonsai tree. This is one of my favorite ones too. Very pretty. Let's see if we can get it up close. Pictures just not do this thing justice. It's very pretty. So. There we go, folks. Let's see if we can get it in here a little bit better. There she is. Miss Peacock. Very pretty. This tutorial took me like 3 or 4 days to do, in combination with everything. So, yeah, it took me a while to do this one. Had so many different steps to it and stuff, but I'm going to try to do it and condense it down as best I can for you so that you can see it in the video and decide to do it yourself. This is a smaller version as well. The lady did a bigger version, and the peacock I showed you in the beginning that I did for my mother was twice the size. So this is a miniature version of the one that I did before. I just did it down smaller so that I could show you in a video how to do it. So the one I did for the pink one I showed you is twice the size. The pink one originally I showed in the beginning of the video. That was hanging on the wall. That one is twice the size. So this one's a little bigger than the size of your hand the body is. I've got this my hand behind it. but with the span of the feathers and everything, it's quite large. So there you go. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Take care of yourselves. We'll catch you on the flip side. Hey, while you're at it, why not subscribe to the channel? Leave a comment down below. Let me know how you're doing today. Leave me ideas that can help boost my channel ratings or ideas for future content on the channel. Click the notification bell so you know when I have new videos out or when I go live. Share my videos on social media outlets such as Facebook or Instagram, so that way my videos can reach more people and I can grow my audience. Click the like button below. That really helps my channel to help reach more people on YouTube. Supporting me is really great and it helps me grow my channel. I'm not a very big channel at this time, and it's really important to me that I get support from fellow YouTubers. I really appreciate you all. I really appreciate that you take time out of your busy day to view my videos and to spend time with me on a daily basis. I try to put videos out on a daily basis so you have something to watch and something to entertain yourselves with. I try really hard to make my channel a positive place for people to come and have fun and be entertained. So I try really hard to make things enjoyable for people. So if you support me, I would really appreciate it. Thank you so very much for your time. Have a great day. We'll catch you on the flip side.